if you really think, we all kind of want the same thing. We want affordable housing. We want, but there is a big difference with it's funny because I took a friend from out of town. We drove around Richmond. I showed her where I grew up. And, where I lived on 4th and Nevin near Kaiser, that's where I lived. And then we drove to Point Richmond. And it's not that far, but it's like a whole different world.
Oh, it's Disneyland.
Yeah.
It's Disneyland in Richmond.
Pretty much.
I mean, you can tell, that's where a lot of the power is set in Richmond. That's where, they've invested. I mean, it's an entirely different world. And
what I don't like about Point Richmond is that I'm not tall enough for most of the rides.
But seriously, it's
So that's when you're running for office, for that, how do you touch on both those communities?
Good question.
Well, I don't have that community.
Yeah.
I got my own
got
thing.
District 4,
When I'm in Port Richmond, a lot of the people are big money rollers, and they want to make more money, and they don't want to pay taxes because I made this money, it's mine. Why should I give you some?
Exactly.
And but we agree to disagree, and I look for things that we can agree on.
Yeah. Right.
Mm-hmm. I was gonna say, you said Nevin, 4th and Nevin, and then Point Richmond. I say a different one. What comes to mind for me is always Marina Bay and Central Richmond. And then my mom always would talk about how it's just there's
many parallels this that we could think of. Yeah.
My mom would always talk about, she was like, the area that those two always come and meet is the PG&E office, when everybody has to go to the PG&E office and pay, because you have people from Central Richmond and from Marina Way all having to go there and pay their bills. Yeah. But then it was so you all come to this one area, but we all go to separate parts of Richmond. So that was always interesting. And I'm and literally a ramp separates two worlds, from these different things. So not even far, Point Richmond is just ramp. So
and the thing too is, I'm sure with this younger generation, it's always a hassle. Well, not a hassle, but that must be a difficult thing to get them on. A lot of younger generations don't like politics. They think it's an outdated thing, or they're rebellious kids, And even I would say people in our age group are in that mindset where, how do you win them over to look at politics? Now that I'm in my 30s, I start to look at that a lot more, look at what more so the local level than, the higher ups, because this stuff it's a little, I would say, if not more important, I think of it as a little bit more important than what's going on in the White House.
Local politics affect your life far more than national politics do.
Yeah.
But
and I think that's changing. I think that young people today are more aware and more concerned.
Right.
And they put together a candidates forum.
Yeah.
That's true. That's you can't be uninterested in order to put a forum together.
You're right, because we met a lot of younger people, through Urban Tilth, and they all seem. I think we were just talking about this earlier. I think back to me in my early 20s, prank calling dominoes. To what you said, putting together a forum. Yeah. That's inspiring to see. Yeah. Because in my younger days, I don't know, I can't speak for you guys, but politics was not something that was on my mind as much as I think it should be when you're young, because you're going to be here hopefully another 50, 60 years.
Yeah. I think a big part. Sorry.
I was going to say, for me, I was obsessed with national politics sophomore in high school. I went to the National Youth Leadership Convention over in Washington, D.C., where we essentially pretended to be Congress. It passed a bill based on the what's the name of the bill that came out after 9/11? The
Patriot Act?
The Patriot Act, right? And you could definitely tell that we were not able to choose which political party we were from. We had kids from all 50 states, because you had registered Republicans going up and speaking against the bill passionately, and then you had Democrats going, "We have to keep our countries safe." It was ridiculous. But now in my old age, I've started to think more about state and local, and a little bit less on the national. Because, as you said,
a little bit of a circus out there.
Can you believe the Voice Party has had merch this whole time and we neglected to tell anybody? T-shirts, hoodies, bath mats, wall clocks, throw pillows, even mini skirts. We will throw our logo on absolutely anything. Click the link in the description below and pick you up some Voice Party merch today.